Hi everybody, I'm so glad to have you here with me on the farm today. So today's story starts last Friday. I'd been gone an entire week at church camp. My daughter and I had a great time, and I decided, of course, the night we got back, I was like, I need to lay eyes on all of our animals. So everything was going great. I'm checking on everybody that helped out taking care of everything while we were gone. That was super great, mostly my husband. But I got to the ducks and one of them would not get up. And I did finally get in there and she did finally start walking around, but she was definitely limping. I could see there was something obviously wrong. So when I picked her up, I turned her over. Of course, that night, all I was worried about was taking care of the duck. I did not stop to film it or take pictures, but I will show you the various ways that this common problem occurs, and it's called Bumblefoot. Okay, and so today we're going to talk about how to treat it and then a little bit of how to prevent this from happening again. Bumblefoot is just a bacterial infection on the bottom of the foot pad that is usually caused by a cut getting infected. It's also important to note that if this is left untreated, it can be life-threatening for the animal. For example, she had already stopped laying eggs. It had actually been multiple days of her not laying an egg, and while I held her that first night, she actually had a very congealed, no shell, no hard shell on the outside egg, just kind of fall out of her. She was really not doing well by the time she was taken out and we started treatment. It immediately started getting better. Now, again, if they seem really lethargic, not eating well, not laying eggs, I would go ahead and make that vet appointment if you have a vet in town that will see your fowl. We fortunately do, so at the beginning of the week I went ahead and made an appointment for later. And I told them, I was like, if I manage to be able to treat it at home, I won't bring her in. And I am happy to say that she is well on the mend, and our home treatments worked. So after you've soaked the foot, all right, so let's check the foot out. Here's the foot. It's looking 1,000 times better. It was so swollen and huge, you guys. We're gonna see if there's anything that we think can come out of it. Protect that foot. Gotta protect it from getting wet. And there you have it. So now that she's feeling better, we're going to take a closer look at their environment. Of course, I always want to make sure that we do our best to prevent this from happening again, and that is just going through their entire enclosure or the area that they're allowed to free range in and seeing if there's any metal pieces that have come apart, any netting that's sticking out where they can get scratched. Of course, for us, I hadn't even thought about it, but their new pool has staples that keep the liner in place, and we did not cap those with any kind of wood covering. So that is what we are doing today. We're going to cover those to make sure, or to help prevent this from happening again. It just hadn't occurred to me that they would cut their feet getting into the pool or out of the pool on this. I really felt like the coverings were just cosmetic, if you will. But it turns out that is probably how she got her foot. Even the bricks that I have in there for them to get in and out of the pool, I make sure that they're really old, broken down bricks so that there are no sharp corners, because really and truthfully, ducks have sensitive feet. So we want to make sure that there's none of that in there. If you have any other questions about Bumblefoot, of course seek a vet's advice, and know that sometimes this cannot be treated at home. Thank you for joining me here on the farm, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so that you can catch our next video for more helpful tips and tricks on caring for your chickens and fowl. Bye guys!